Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty Warriors of the North Ice and Fire. We are on the island of the Ice Elves to buy the troops that we do not have yet. Meaning an Ice Falcon, shamans and some other guys. And I decided, why not take advantage of that little sucker here and get our hands on some really good stuff. So, greetings to you, stranger. What has brought you to our lands? Are you searching for power, or do you want to test yourself? Come in and take a seat. Listen to the story of Artitus, the keeper of the Mast of Equilibrium. What is your name, traveler? My name is Olaf. Some unfinished matters brought me to your island, and I would be gladly to hear about the Mask of Equilibrium. What is it? You know, my name is Artitus. I have lived on this world for a long time, and all this time I've studied the demon world and the demons themselves. While studying these heartless creatures, I came across the mention of the Mask of Equilibrium. This unique item has incredible power and endures its owner with truly unbelievable abilities. But it was not always so. It all began in the time of the Immemorial, when the dwarves opened the portal to the Morris, and it was then when the first four masks appeared, those of wrath, pride, envy, and greed. It's not known what demon created them, but they appeared among the dwarves. I do not know whether they were gifts from insidious demons or they were the dwarves that stole them. But anyone who put on one of these masks could become the living incarnation of wrath, pride, envy, or greed. I take greed. This mask brought chaos into the world. Such a taste of things could have a very sad ending. But four masks of virtue, faith, persistence, kindness, and patience were created to counterbalance the masks of sin. The dwarves insist that those masks were the last creation of their mages. But I incline to disagree. I can sense elven handwork in them, but no one confirmed that now. Soon the dwarves sealed the portal, and the demon invasion was stopped. The masks disappeared together with the demons. The dwarves' land suffered much, and none of worried about the 8 masks that had been lost. A mention of the masks so fades into memories after 200 years. Vuyar. Then the head of the 3rd house combined all the 8 masks into one, that obtained the Mask of Equilibrium. That mask has given so much power to the head of the 3rd house that he started a war against his fellow demons, conquering one house after another. Naturally, the other archdemons didn't like that, and they joined their effort to fight Vuyar. Since then, no one has heard of him. The demons disassembled the Mask of Equilibrium and did his peace into different corners of the world, fearing that one of their neighbors could make another attempt to destroy the circle of demons and try to unite the demons under his power. That's a very interesting legend. So the masks disappeared without trace, did they? Oh, I'm very glad you asked. I've been searching for those masks all my life, and I found them. No kidding. I found all 8 masks, and they're being kept here on this island. But I failed to combine them into one. The mask refused to obey, and my power is not enough to subdue theirs. And that's why I created the Hall of Masks, and sealed each one of them behind his own door. I also posted 2 guards. Incarnation of sin and virtue. They're waiting there for the one who will be able to combine them into a single Mask of Equilibrium. Can anyone try? Try anyone. The Druid grins. But not everyone can pacify those masks. That is, control them, not be controlled by them. If you wish to test yourself, then your path leads to a small island behind those mountains. There you will find the guards of the Hall of the Mask. But everything else rests entirely on you. Remember that owning the Masks of Equilibrium is a great responsibility, so it's up to you to decide wherever it assemble it or not. The 2 unicorns are guarding the masks, and only they can let you through. Thank you, I will keep that in mind. Greetings, Olaf. I have some business with you. I met a dragon here on your island. He was born an ice dragon, but now the climate is changing on the island, and he feels hot and uncomfortable. Do you know if there is a way to turn an ice dragon into a black one? Turn an ice dragon into a black one. The old man becomes thoughtful and starts rummaging through his books and scrolls. I can't find anything about that in my books, which means that no one has done it before. But don't get upset. We can try to make a potion. So, first of all, we need to make a short description of an ice dragon and a black dragon. Shall we begin? The dragon waits until you're not in agreement. Is that safe? What will happen to him? So, a black dragon's breath is flame. Its essence is fire, and thus it never feels cold and is not afraid of heat. An ice dragon's breath is like an ice storm. It's afraid of the warmth. So we need to make the heart of the dragon a fire instead a snow blizzard. But if we just put a flaming heart inside him, he won't survive, which means we must strengthen him from within. Well, let's get to it. The druid takes the flasks and mixes some ingredients. We must change the color of his skin to black, which means we will need this. As he speaks, he adds some black powder to the brew. We will all blow up, and the black flame blazes over the flasks. All things considered, we must preserve his memory and age, which means we must add this herb. We need to boil it a bit, and we'll add these mushrooms for a bit of flavor. Well, here's a nerve. But everything is ready. Deliver it to the dragon. It might help, but there's no guarantee. Thank you. So, we could go to the dragon now, but crap. I'll have to stop. I'll see you again in the next session. Sorry. Bye.